I had a word for 2019, and after 2019 was coming to a close, I thought to myself, maybe I don't need a word for next year. And in case you're not familiar, a word of the year is a movement that was brought along probably I'd say over 10 years ago. And it's where you have a word that you use and you remember or you keep in your mind for that entire time to propel you to what you want and to include more of what is true to you. So I've had many words for different years and you can see them on my blog. My word for 2019 was leap, and I have some artwork. It was just a small card that I painted and then I wrote some words on, and it said learn, leap, lead. And lead was my word. However, those two things I felt came before it. So with a small amount of learning and then a leap and then going to leading. And it was coming to the end of the year. I read Playing Big by Tara Moore, and I really liked in her book how she mentioned we go from good student to leader. So at school we are seen as good students. We want to everything to do well, and then we go to our families and we want to be good there too. Where good leaders aren't always good students. They may be students, but it takes different skills that are not confined to textbooks and to tables in order to lead. So my stance of leadership was in self-leading. I was pregnant, then I gave birth, then I became a stay-at-home mum for this period of my time in life, and I needed that self-leadership, much like being a self-coach, as mentioned in Eric Maisel's book, Coaching the Artist Within. All about leading yourself, and through that I wanted to become a teacher of Kundalini Yoga again in a centre, and that has happened, although it could really do with a boost in 2020. So I have used that word to lead myself better through my finances, through classes, through my relationship. And I was reading again Tara Moore, and the word authentic was coming up a few times. And somebody was explaining how they live their life now, and they just wrote, I live an authentic life now. And I thought that was really beautiful, because there's a lot of times where we're just pleasing other people and we're not living our most authentic self. So what authenticity looks for me is something along the lines of eating foods that nourish me and speaking truth that comes from my soul, and doing actions that are authentic to me. So spending money in the right ways, communicating to others effectively.